I finally got the House of the Dead to work on my PC, so let's finally start reviewing this series of games. Sadly, I couldn't get the third entry to work yet, but for now, we'll cover the very first game, with its awful PC port, as you can tell just by looking at it. Yes, this game looks so much better in the arcade. We'll start out with the controls, which are very simplistic given it's a rail shooter like gun game. I chose to use the mouse with auto reload enabled within the game settings. This helped make things easier so I could avoid as many BS arcade mechanics as possible. Otherwise, you just have the ability to move your cursor on the screen, shoot, and reload. Those are the basic mechanics for a rail shooter. Later games would include new weapons and stuff, but for the first game, all you have is your handgun.
Thank you.
You could tell just by looking at this port that it is not a good port. Like, good God. Everything is worse than the original arcade cabinet. Graphics have taken a nosedive. Tons of glitches ruining the experience, from models not looking right to seeing gaps within the geometry that ruins hidden items and enemy ambushes. Plus, we have no music whatsoever. That's right, the music doesn't work within this PC port. One of the best things about the House of the Dead series was always each game's soundtrack. I had to dub this review with the game's music in order for it to not seem so unnatural. Go check out the future playthrough video if you want to see more about what I mean about how soulless it feels. But here's the raw gameplay, just so you can easily understand what I mean by its subpar port quality.
Help! Help! Thank you.
The game starts with the player arriving at Curion's mansion. Scientists are being attacked by zombies and other monsters. You must attempt to save everyone as possible, plus solve the mystery of what's going on here.
Still inside. Save them.
Eventually finding Sophie, which I don't know if I skipped the cutscene on accident, or the port just glitched or what, but she then gets yoinked away by a monster, and I then get to enter the mansion American style. Fighting normal zombies, axe wielders, moss creatures, Asmongold viewers, and more as I navigate the mansion trying to find Sophie.
Help!
Sophie, are you okay?
I was so scared!
Gotcha, bitch!
Eventually locating her leads to the first boss. You have to aim for the weak point in order to damage them. The first boss is the second easiest behind the giant spider though.
Sophie!
You must stop cheering, or else something terrible will happen.
Sophie! FBI, open up!
Sophie dies, and we must seek further truth by locating Curion and stopping him, leading us through more of the mansion, fighting Freddy Krueger-esque zombies, chainsaw zombies, muscle zombies, fat zombies with barrels, and we eventually locate the second boss.
Ah!
This guy is clearly made to milk your quarters. Even in the PC port, he's full of bullshit. You can hit him, and he won't flinch, so he can damage you still. This is a cheap design by Sega to take more of your lunch money back in the day. Thank God for auto reload, is all I'm going to say.
We won't let you have it your way, Curian.
Break yourself, fool!
Now we're making our way into the underground labs, fighting tons of zombies, including new ones. These are the Freddy Krueger pricks, now armored up, plus generic green spiders, cause why the hell not? Why not? Let's go full on Boo Haunted House. But the elevator, oh god, it's got those BS arcade mechanics.
Bullshit!
Soon, we come across Kyrian and his giant pet spider.
Curian!
I must compliment you. I didn't think you could make it this far. However, this is it. Let's see how good you really are.
What do you think of my new look?
So we just blast the heck out of the Hermit Spider. He's the easiest boss in this game. I mean, he's a giant freaking spider. Of course he's the easiest boss. Which is funny, because up next, we face the final boss, who will make you tear out your hair.
I'll get you, Curian.
Good for you!
The final level leading up to the final boss is your typical gauntlet level. Just refight almost every single boss in the game again, including Chariot and the Hanged Man. Afterwards, you fight more zombies through a hallway, including a new naked zombie that throws stuff, eventually leading to Kyrian once more.
There's no way out, Curian.
I must admit, I really respect your consistency. But you will never, ever defeat me. Say hello to my masterpiece. Who are you? Nobody give me instructions.
Aww, how cute. He's going through his edgelord phase. I remember when I went through mine too.
I shall destroy everything. What happened?
What happened is your edgy teenage son just Dragon Ball Z Kamehameha blasted your bitch ass. Maybe you should have been a better parent.
Why don't you follow my instructions?
Oh boy, how do I handle this one, Dr. Phil?
Now see, Darkening Demise, you need to kick the edgelords at us.
Wow, that's actually the best advice you ever gave anyone ever, Dr. Phil. Thanks. The last battle is the Magician, your stereotypical edgelord teenager who DBZ blasts his father to death. Also, he's the cheapest piece of shit in the entire game. You can hit him, and he will still hit you. Hope you had set your continues to the maximum amount, otherwise you will not make it through this part of the game. Seriously, no matter what, he gets to hit you as you just spam the fire button hoping to nail a damn hit, realizing you barely do any damage. constant, non-stop fireballs do get annoying, as I had to switch from attacking him to those things, otherwise I'll be wasting yet another continue. As he continues to just spam them before switching to a sky attack, thankfully after a while of destroying my left mouse button, he's finally done. And that's the entirety of the House of the Dead in a nutshell. It's an overall fun game with a short runtime that doesn't overstay its welcome. It ends just at the right moment to ensure you don't get sick and tired of the game. But it is what it is. Let's move on to the other modes. A new mode exclusive to this port is PC mode. Here you can select which character you want to play, each one with different stats. Otherwise it's basically the same thing as arcade mode. I did try to play 2-player mode by myself, which isn't a code word for masturbation, okay?
It's you!
The last mode available is just boss battle. Here you can fight any boss you defeated in arcade mode. The goal? Defeat them as fast as possible. That's it. Also, the audio doesn't work at all in this mode. Everything is muted, even the gun sounds.
Turn it up! Turn it up!
Other things to talk about is the game doesn't have any real resolution or graphical setting options. You're stuck with low resolution no matter what out of 2 choices. Plus, you cannot enable infinite continues, there's no real casual option for a home port of this arcade game. You think there would be, because the point of a home port is to casualize the experience to be more accommodating for the controls and everything of the home console that it's being ported to.
It's too late.
Is to offer a more casual at-home experience, but sadly, barely a single arcade home port realizes this. Virtual Cop Elite Edition was probably one of the best examples of this. They offered you options to make things less quarter milking, seeing how you cannot put quarters into your TV or game console or computer unless you want to break it. So yeah, the game does feature those BS arcade mechanics to milk your quarters at home, which is impossible. One of the most common issues we have with arcade home ports. Anyways, let's get this video over with.
No! Thank you!
At the end of the day, the House of the Dead for PC is a mixed bag of an experience. Underneath its flaws, it's the arcade game with all of its BS mechanics intact, but still, the lack of music, bad graphics, tons of glitches and technical hiccups hold it back as well. Honestly, I'm not sure how to feel about this. Honestly, I still rather play this than the garbage remake, so I guess there's something? I don't know. I guess I should just recommend it, as we barely have any way to play this game elsewhere, unless you can still find a functioning arcade cabinet all these decades later. God, I'm old. Anyways, that's it for this video. See you later.
Everything is over. I have nothing more to lose. However, I must go on.
After reviewing the first game of the House of the Dead, I thought it was time to finally tackle its sequel, one of which many consider the superior entry out of all 4 major titles. Yet for me, I consider it the most flawed, especially its PC port, which has a few major issues. While I don't consider 2 to be a bad game, I do in fact prefer the first game, even though 2 was my first experience with the series back in the day as a child.
Thank you for rescuing me.
So let's get this one over with so I can move on to the third game, and eventually number 4, which is stuck on the PlayStation 3. Oh boy howdy, here I come, RPCS 3. Hope you are ready. But probably not given your development history.
My God.
Unlike in the first game, we just get sent right into the game. There's no real background to get us into the game.
We're meeting G over there.
After meeting Asmongold,
Suck a fucking dick. Shut the fuck up.
we have to locate G from the first game, facing our usual zombies.
G! James, I tried. Don't underestimate the enemy. James, take this.
Given it's the 90s, you can expect those classic cheesy English dubs.
Don't come! Don't come! Come away!
While in 1 we had to save scientists, this time it's everyday people.
Thanks. You can get outside that way.
We face all kinds of monsters in this game, from normal zombies to axe wielders and even those worm things, but also these swamp monsters that pop out of nowhere throughout the game early on to cheap shot take away your health.
Surprise, mother. Surprise, mother.
Ah yes, the classic BS arcade mechanics are preserved. That won't come back to bite this game's score in the end or anything. Nope. Right away, I was not surprised to see reskinned bosses. For our first fight, we take on the monkey-sounding guy from the first game with no head, this time, and his weak point is the balding hobgoblin.
Man, fuck you guys, man. Y'all really think you're being cute, huh?
This boss is pretty easy overall, which I guess makes sense given he's the first boss.
Thank God you're alive.
What the hell's going on in this city?
Don't know, but it's very similar to the 1998 Tyrion case.
That case?
James, go and prevent the confusion in the city.
Okay.
Let's meet at Sunset Bridge. We're counting on you, James.
No more fooling around.
After every stage, there's a results screen showing our stats. I hate these things, they just make you feel bad.
Dogs of the AMS. Time they made a move.
Oh look, it's your typical Texas driver when 1 inch of snow hits the ground.
To hurry. How could anyone do this? If only I'd noticed sooner.
Making our way through the city, we faced armored Freddy Krueger zombies, and the chainsaw guy is back. Nothing says goody gumdrops like a sprinting zombie with a frickin' chainsaw. Another zombie that returns is the Asmongold viewer who likes to charge at you.
Help me! Help me! Heard a voice over there.
Honestly, so far, the game ain't that bad. Okay, never mind. This game wants to push the BSR mechanics right down our throat, as if we're getting Kobe Bryant experience. We got zombies popping out of nowhere, and zombie flying fish. Eventually, we catch up to Harry and Amy to only face our second boss.
Harry! I was looking for you, James.
What's going on? The city's chaos is increasing.
Well, it's about that. It seems like gold.
What? Harry, talk later.
This guy is a joke, though he can still hit you even if you hit him, cause you know, BS arcade mechanics. The guy even sends those fish zombies to make sure you give Seta more quarters, even though there's no way to do so from home. Good job with this port, Sega. Eventually, this motherfucker dies and we move on. Good God, I'm starting to get a bit pissed off.
Don't care who it is, no one's gonna get away with this.
Next up, we're on a boat with important story details.
We have to stop him. James, back me up.
Yeah, you guys heard that, right? You heard what Harry had to say? I sure as hell did.
That's the joke.
This stage is pure suffering with non-stop throwing axes, fish, swamp monsters, and randomly placed zombies you cannot humanly react to in real time. This game is starting to sour with its bad game design, but what else is new for Sega? After what felt like forever, I had to go at it alone without Harry and Amy, who did nothing while I got killed in the boat. Great job, guys. Why are you even here?
James, you go from the underground passage. We'll go this way.
Okay.
I'll call you when something happens.
Oh look, we're already at boss number 3. This game is moving along quite fast.
To go. What is it?
You like it when games give you multiple boss fights that's supposed to be one giant boss fight? I remember when Virtua Cop 2 did that with those jetpack guys making up a whole boss with their non-stop rocket spam. Man, I sure love that part of the game. Thanks, Sega, you fucking douchebags. This boss eventually goes down, but it turns out there's a second phase. I guess Dark Souls took inspiration from Sega. This part is total bullshit, man. It strikes out of the blue too fast with the camera swaying all over the place. Also, the weak point is its mouth, yet half of the time bullets do nothing and we find ourselves getting hit.
Bullshit.
James.
James, come quickly! Something terrible is happening!
Amy? What happened, Amy?
Yet afterwards, we need to save Harry and Amy because they just couldn't be useless enough.
Everything's set. All we need to do is wait.
rat zombies and armored zombies, with saving people along the way through underground tunnel. It's a fucking sewer. The rat zombies and bats are really annoying given their tiny hitboxes and fast movement, eventually finding ourselves in the Coliseum.
People of the AMS, I am Goldman. I don't care if you people try to get in my way or not. In time you'll find out who's right. This is a present from me to you.
Look at your right.
Amy! Harry!
Well, friends, I look forward to meeting you people again.
Oh boy howdy, a giant zombie with a giant chainsaw. Just what I always wanted. This guy's a bitch, blocking your attacks with his bulletproof chainsaw and just striking out of nowhere. Even though it's supposed to be a maze, the big guy makes sure you know it's only a maze for you and your grave. I hated this boss fight. So many cheap shots you can barely react to in time.
Amy! Harry! Are you alright?
I'm alright. But Harry's...
No!
James! The car's parked in the city square. The top floor. Building at point A0063. He's there. Go, James!
Thanks, Harry. Goldman, I'm not gonna let you get away with this.
Our Emperor shall awaken soon. Hurry, friends.
We must now find Harry's car in Stage 5, which was actually not all that bad till we make it to a returning boss. Yeah, they just have to rehash things some more with Asmongold and McCuck returning.
Let's hurry. You!
Sir, it wasn't funny. Yeah, like, why don't you just not do this?
Ain't gonna lie, this guy was a lot harder this time around given he moves so much faster. Once his health is down enough, the armor goes, and he just zips across the screen and cheap shot you. Not that much of a challenge though.
Remember, there's no such thing as a second chance.
Our journey continues across a bridge with zombies driving cars now. Jesus fucking Christ, what can't they do? But of course, this is the end game, so it's a gauntlet stage, as is tradition with arcade games. Boss 2 makes a return, with his fishy ass going down much easier this time around. What the hell?
Too bad. You're better off that way.
Upon reaching Goldman's headquarters, we witness an act of an act from the religion of peace onto the lovely tower.
What?
I don't like where this is going.
Can't be. You're...
I've been waiting for this time to come. You have no future. Either I give you, or the Emperor will. Either way, your fate is in our hands.
get to meet our old friend the Magician, who proves to be a cheap as per usual motherfucking bitch taking forever to defeat. Using those balls and swerving all over the screen. Wait a minute.
Nah, bro, see, here's the thing. Like, I'm very lucky. I've always been very confident in my sexuality. I've never felt confused at all. Ever.
Sweeping in the slash at you, and even though you hit his weak points, he doesn't take damage 99.9% of the time.
Oh god, yes. Give me more of this fucking bullshit arcade mechanics, Sega. Get me off tonight.
After snapping and wanting to punch a hole through my monitor, the motherfucker goes down quicker than the New York sky.
Stop! Stop!
Only man himself can control its fate. You're nothing.
At last, you've come. Friends, the door of fate shall open.
Yet another gauntlet stage occurs with stage 6. Ah, come on, really? 2 fucking gauntlet stages? Oh, now that's total bullshit right there.
Like they're inviting me in.
New zombies with laser blades and invisibility that can phase through walls appear. Yeah, nothing to say on those. Well, okay, fuck these motherfuckers. Turns out the serpent guy was waiting for us too. Oh, I so missed him.
What is this place?
Surprise, motherfucker!
Funny enough, much like Boss 2, this guy goes down way easier than the first encounter. What?
I've been waiting for you, friends.
Goldman! Do you know what you're doing?
I'm fully aware of what I'm doing. Can't you see? Man committed a sin, disturbing the life cycle of nature. The original sin that man is responsible to. To protect the life cycle, I have made a creature to rule over mankind. This is the final battle. Show yourself, our new ruler, the Emperor.
Rules over nature. I shall destroy and hate mankind. I am the Emperor.
Oh, for the love of God, here we fucking go. One of the worst boss fights in arcade history. This is the Emperor, who you cannot hit no matter what you try. It's just keep spamming the fire button and reload non-stop, hoping to hit him at some point, but you never will. Oh, and yes, his health is massive, because of course it is. Why wouldn't it be? This son of a bitch took everything from me in one fell swoop. I stood no chance because he's only damageable for a short millisecond. A very small second chance to shoot him at random times. and you can never figure out the pattern. He just took my last continue, and now I have to start the entire game all over again if I want to try to get to this point, hoping I have enough credits to face him again. Fuck you, Sega. Suck a donkey's dick. I ain't doing jack fucking shit.
I know you told your friend you're not okay.
Just like the first game, there's a boss mode, which has you facing any boss of your choice that you defeated in arcade mode. The goal? Just try and defeat them as quickly as possible and get a good time to get onto the high score list. That's it. At least the audio works, unlike in the first game's port. Yay! Moving on. Training mode has you completing goals, and if you mess up just once, you have to start all over again, which is very easy to do given the small time frame between everything, like trying to save civilians from being killed. This mode sucks.
Failed.
Fuck you!
Original mode has you playing the game like normal, but with less lives and health overall. On top of that, you can pick up to 2 power-ups, increase your damage, ammo capacity, or amount of lives. That's it. It's just arcade mode, but more restrictive with the idea you have options. What the fuck is this, a Telltale game? It's just an illusion of choice. There's nothing great about this mode. Just don't bother with it.
What the fuck?
When it comes to options, we can change the difficulty, amount of lives per player, the sight graphic, sight movement speed, and test the audio. That's it. But difficulty doesn't translate into the gameplay, as those cheap BS arcade mechanics are still everywhere to cheap shot your continues and lives away. After all, it's an arcade game, but that doesn't excuse anything given it's a home port. Home ports should always be more casual and fair.
Straight up, freeze! Straight up, freeze!
Arcade games only make sense in arcades. Meanwhile, at home, we should just be able to play how we want to. There's no giving Sega more money after we buy a disc from the store, so why can't I just keep playing when I die? Why isn't there a checkpoint system? Why do I need to start from the beginning after giving myself arthritis and carpal tunnel for over 30 minutes straight?
He's right.
See, this is the problem. Developers back then didn't understand there's a difference between audiences. We should just get to play without starting all over again if we wanted to, or let me set up an option for it in the settings. Not to mention the arcade machine, we could continue, but only if we entered more quarters. Of course, we cannot at home into our Sega Dreamcast or personal computer, depending on which version of this game you're playing. Did Sega honestly think we would put quarters into our computers and consoles and it would magically teleport into their bank accounts?
I couldn't make this shit up. I couldn't make this shit up if I tried. I'm sad that I lack the talent to make this shit up.
At the end of the day, The House of Dead 2 is a flawed but fun game. If only they didn't script the port, I'd give it the same score as 1.
Do you know what you're doing?
But its problems do hold it back. At least the music works, unlike in the first game's port, but that alone wasn't enough. We needed more options, and for all those BS arcade mechanics to not be a thing. This game was designed more heavily to milk your quarters, of which I have none. Not only because it's 2024, who the hell uses change in today's world, but also because it's a home port. Why are you trying to get my money that I don't have and cannot give to you in the first place?
Only man himself can control its fate.
As for when I'll get to the third game, it took me some serious troubleshooting, but I did get it to work on Windows 10, so eventually I'll cover it, and then 4, and finally Overkill. Just struggling to come up with a script for the third game. Anyways, that's it for this video. See you all later.
To protect the life cycle.
We found damn.
December 18th, 1998.
After some time off from the House of the Dead, I decided to finally cover the third game. The House of the Dead 3 is, however, sadly, even more disappointing than the House of the Dead 2, which shocked me as the improvements to the graphics and art style made me think they were finally getting into a good groove. But of course, third time's not always the charm.
You alright, Lisa?
Yeah, just a little shaken up.
Once again, Kyrian is back in some form, unleashing his curse onto the world. And the whole plot behind what occurred at the Kyrian Mansion incident in 1998 was Kyrian needed to bend the ethics of science to save his dying son Daniel. Now, it's been several years since the House of the Dead 1 and 2. Now, a new incident is occurring at a facility in which Rogan is infiltrating with soldiers of the AMS.
Run! Let's do it. Yes, sir.
Things go poorly, probably because Agent G wasn't there to back him up. Now Agent G and Rogan's daughter Lisa must team up to find Rogan and stop yet another zombie outbreak.
It's been 2 weeks since we lost contact with Rogan. We can't wait any longer. You ready, Lisa?
I promised Mom that I'd bring him home. Let's go, G.
One major difference from past games is your weapon is now on screen at all times. But it's no longer a handgun. Nope. Now you're using a shotgun, which of course a zombie game isn't complete without a shotgun. That's like a war shooter isn't complete without American propaganda or an AK-47.
Yeah, get away.
But sadly, the shotgun is literally a reskin of the handgun in terms of capacity and power. You're still pumping zombies full of lead, even with their heads missing, they'll still get up and attack you. It can take literally over a dozen blasts to kill a zombie sometimes.
Get back. Not your
Why? Won't. You.
They also made sure to keep choosing different paths. But here, it's still the same no matter what. You just pick a different detour to your final destination. You're always going to face the same boss throughout each chapter and fight the same exact zombies.
Let's keep going.
The only thing that's different is like a 10 to 20 second different pathway taken. It doesn't feel special or necessary to even be here. Like I'm still getting chased by the zombie security boss throughout the whole first chapter.
Gee, above you! Well, certainly is persistent.
The only thing that's different is where he's chasing me. You still fight him later on in chapter 2. There's just no reason for this to even be an option. I still got the same exact experience and ending either way.
Ass!
But hey, you may be wondering, did they finally balance out the game?
Bullshit!
Obviously not. Sega needs quarters for milk money. What did you all expect? A fair game? Come on now. This is the arcade we're talking about here. The entire game is full of those last millisecond cheap shots and unbalanced moments. You can shoot a zombie, but they can still attack and hit you plain as day still. Even if they're missing their motherfucking heads. Oh, but of course, since you have a partner now, even though they do nothing unless a second player is activated, so of course you got moments like these.
Hey, touch me there.
What the fuck?
Lisa, back me up.
Doesn't matter how fast you react, there's always moments like that happening. What also doesn't help is the slow reloading time and small magazine capacity for your shotgun. And since there's no other weapons in the game, a major missed opportunity, you will have moments like these as well.
Well, that was a load of shit.
Nothing you can do about it. These are specially designed moments by Sega to ensure even skilled players will always end up giving up more quarters.
I'm sorry. I should have reacted faster back there.
Not surprisingly, all the bosses are rehashes of previous ones. Sega was creatively bankrupt for sure at this point. Heck, even Virtua Cop 2 proved they didn't have much left to offer after the first game. So here, it's no different. Every single boss is basically someone from 1 and 2 reskinned.
Maybe someone's trying to continue his legacy.
The security guard zombie is the chainsaw guy from the Coliseum in 2. The plant is the worm from 2, and the sloth is... well, I don't quite know. I just don't care for the stupid sloth. I mean, it's a fucking sloth. What a pitiful boss in a zombie game. Should have been a giant crocodile. Or a great white shark. Hell, I'll even take a venomous snake from Resident Evil 1. Sega really needed to hire someone new for their design team.
He always says the same thing over and over. I'm sick of it.
Hell, even the last boss is just the first 2 game end bosses with a twist. You're still fighting Shiny McShiny Pants.
Shing, sparkle, sparkle.
The final boss, of course, is the worst offender when it comes to balance or their lack of. Just like in 1 and 2, the final boss here was designed to milk quarters. Yet here, he's more of a pain because of his attacks. I mean, you try shooting all these balls of lightning before it's too late. He's also got more health than the previous 2, but at the least overall I can say the game is much more fair than the previous 2, especially the House of the Dead 2, which was just agony through the very end. So much so, I condemned the game for it. That game was more of a quarter milker, and not properly ported over. Here, things are more fair, albeit at times too easy. If you play this game, be sure to do so on hard or very hard, not normal or under like I did.
I finally understand what that really means now.
So what about the newcomer to the series, Rogan's daughter Lisa? She fucking sucks.
You're being awfully honest, aren't you?
She's literally your modern day female lead. She's that generic white boss girl who thinks she's funny and tough, but everyone around her is wishing to blow out their brains Kurt Cobain style.
When a lady says no, she means it.
That's a good one.
Had enough yet? I never was any good at gardening.
As for the music, dear God, the default settings are atrocious. You can barely hear anything in-game that isn't a gunshot or the music. All voices are either too quiet or just barely audible. Like, I get it. I get myself, I have audio balancing issues to this very day, but come on. This is just too much. Thank God for subtitles, but make sure you alter the audio settings. By default, this is all you will hear.
Wait, G!
Pleased to meet you, Mr. G. My name is Daniel Carrion. Dr. Carrion was my father. I believe you knew him well.
It may be hard to believe, but he's the one who saved my life. He's the only one who can prevent disaster.
While the House of the Dead 1 and 2 came with other modes, this entry did not. Which I'm not surprised by in the slightest. I mean, come on. Third time's the septic tank is bursting is a saying for a reason. You only have two modes. Survival, which is the normal mode. Not sure why they called it that. Yet it's very fitting given how boring the game is.
Was my father always involved in missions like this?
Yeah. Who knows how many times your father and I survived by the skin of our teeth. What do you think your father did for a living?
The last mode is Time Attack, which is the normal game, but now, depending on how you kill zombies, you get time for it, as the timer goes down no matter what is going on screen. So, if you didn't get a good clean kills, and there's a slight period of nothingness as you move forward, you'll get a game over. It sucks. We're not going to bother covering it. It's literally survival with a time limit. Fuck that shit.
Well, what do you expect?
Lastly, before we get to the score, I just wanted to say I'll be skipping out on the House of the Dead 4, mostly because of how god-awful everyone says it is, and the fact that it's a PlayStation 3 digital exclusive that's not easy to get hold of. I mean, if this game has taught me anything, it's that Sega is the last person who should be in charge of the series anymore.
Ouch, that's pretty harsh.
At the end of the day, the House of the Dead 3 is a mediocre game, barely worth playing, so long as you can put up with its various shortcomings, from the lack of innovation, the lack of cheesy 90s charm, the lack of boss variety, the lack of new weapons, or any other gameplay elements. It's also incredibly short. While I get that it's an arcade game, you'd expect a sequel to do more, especially when it's the third game in the series.
I'm no longer bound by the past. I begin walking toward the future.
Hey, let's go! They're waiting for us.
But still, it's doable. And while I'll be skipping on the fourth game since it's a PlayStation 3 digital exclusive, plus G-Man said it sucked, so I don't need to play it. Instead, eventually, I'll cover what many consider the best of all, even though it's a spin-off, that being the House of the Dead Overkill.
No, you can fucking not! Shoot the motherfucker!
Don't you do tact! That's what I am going to fucking do!
You know, shut the fuck up and shoot! Shit!
Happy now, fuckwit?
You fucking bastard! You killed my brother!
You're his sister?
You're his sister?
Well, this is gonna be a tough one, kids.
Anyways, that's it for this video. See you all later. After a long wait because of other videos being a priority, I decided to finally get back into the House of the Dead and finally cover Overkill, a game I said I was going to cover soon all the way back in December of 2024. I just had other priorities to deal with. I know it's been a bit, so let's finally cover what I consider to be the best of the House of the Dead franchise.
The typing of the dead. Overkill!
The House of the Dead Overkill was originally released as a Nintendo Wii game that got ported to PS3 with additional 2 levels that would also be the base for the typing of the Dead Overkill, which is what came to PC, and that's what we're covering today, except it's not the typing of the Dead Overkill we'll review. Instead, it'll be the normal game we can access upon booting up the game.
Let's get the fuck out of here!
Overkill is a spin-off developed by Headstrong Games and published by Sega in the year 2013. It's a rail shooter akin to every other House of the Dead game, with an exception for the dog shit spin-off Zombie Revenge on Dreamcast, which was a total disaster.
No shit, Sherlock.
Unlike previous House of the Dead games, however, Overkill wasn't an arcade game first and foremost, so you can just play it like a normal game, with checkpoints and continues. So thank God for that, otherwise I'd never play it because I'm sick and tired of terrible home console ports of arcade games at this point. Mostly because of Sega.
If you're both finished admiring each other's dicks, can I remind you we have a fucking mass-murdering psychopath son of a bitch to catch?
You wait there, woman. Agent Gwendolyn and me are gonna check this shit out.
Fuck you!
Motherfuck! What does a brother have to do to pacify a bitch? I'm telling you, G, I've tried my best with her. God be my witness. I have shown respect, charm, understanding, but that is the last fucking straw.
Ladies and gentlemen, the infinite tact of Isaac Washington. You do. Truly you do. Use your tongue better than a $30 hooker. And man, can I say from the bottom of my heart, you are a shining example to all of us. Mankind, I mean.
Don't make me hit you again.
Overkill's plot is basically the same as every other House of the Dead game. Someone is using a virus or whatever to create
Shit! I fucking hate these zombies!
Mutants? How many times do I have to tell you not to use the Z word?
Mutants, I mean, and causing chaos, so it's up to 2 people to save the day. Except in this game, you play as 4 instead if you're doing multiplayer. Otherwise, just 2 in single player, as you don't get a choice of who you play as. Agent G from the past games has come down to Louisiana alongside a detective. This guy right here is quite possibly the most foul-mouthed character in gaming. Non-stop F-bombs galore.
What's up, motherfucker?
This is Isaac Washington, who's not really here to help, but to get revenge for his father. Then you got Varla Guns, a stripper who's also here for revenge against the antagonist, Papa Caesar.
Varla Guns, a voluptuous vixen vowing violent vengeance.
Papa Caesar, you better pray those fucking pigs catch up with you before I do.
Then you got Candy, who's Varla's friend and her brother's girlfriend. She's your stereotypical ditzy blonde and very annoying. Thankfully, she's only around for 2 levels. Thank God.
Andy! Nothing, nothing, nothing! Oh, fuck! And Mother, nothing hurts! Nothing, nothing, nothing!
Papa Caesar is very much a generic bad guy with no real character to him. He's just cocky and has an accent, making him very forgettable. At least Goldman had his iconic voice acting and protecting the life cycle.
I've been waiting for you, friends.
Goldman! Do you know what you're doing?
I'm fully aware of what I'm doing. Can't you see? Man committed a sin, disturbing the life cycle of nature. The original sin that man is responsible to protect the life cycle. I have made a creature to rule over mankind. This is the final battle. Show yourself, our new ruler, the Emperor.
So when you deal with Papa Caesar in the game, you'll never really care about him in any way, or even really remember him. Like when it does show up, it's like, oh shit, right, this is the bad guy.
I'm afraid I'm going to have to disappoint all of you. Particularly you, Isaac. You got the most reason to despise me or anybody here. But I have business elsewhere. Urgent business. And... You piece of shit!
Papa Caesar isn't, however, the only bad guy, as you'll also come across another freak called Clement, who's the prison warden. His whole reason for causing this outbreak was to create a compound that can extend his dying mother's life.
Let me give you some context here, boys. I love my mother. I bet you boys love your mothers too, and would do anything to keep them happy and healthy. Well, my mother is dying.
Clement! Don't ignore me!
And dying really quite rapidly. And unfortunately, there's only one way to fix that. See, the compound that's been turning my inmates and half this county into mindless mutants can be used to sustain life, in a manner of speaking.
She's got small tits! Don't use the one with small tits, Clement! I forbid it!
Calm down, Mother.
You're insane.
I'm just a very loving son.
I'm going to fucking puke.
Oops. Time for your treatment, Mother.
Wait!
I'd rather not.
Spanning across 9 levels, from a southern mansion to a strip club to the prison itself, as Agent G and Isaac Washington try to work together and bring down Papa Caesar, going from adversaries to becoming bros towards the end, despite Isaac being insecure to show it.
Fuck. You about to get all country and western on me again?
Isaac.
Careful. There's only so much of this shit a brother can take.
Look, I just want you to know, if it comes down to it, I won't stand in the way of you getting even with Caesar.
I'd like to see you fucking try.
I'm serious.
Look, I appreciate the fucking sentiment, but it's not needed. I do what I gotta do. I gotta get justice for my old man. And as I see it, you're with me 100%. And I appreciate that too. But we've been through shit. You don't need to go articulating every fucking thing. I know you got my back. That's enough. You dig me?
I love you too, man.
Right, that's fucking it.
The prison then?
Fucking lead the way, Montel.
Overkill plays like any other rail shooter out there. You'll slowly move forward on a linear path blasting mutants and collectibles along the way. There's no path choices unlike in previous games. or even the great Resident Evil Chronicles games that Capcom has still yet to port to PC to preserve them. As you play, there will be objects that might glow slightly red. Those are collectibles like music, concept art, comic book pages, and 3D models. Then the green ones are grenades, money, and health kits.
Ew, wash your hands.
At least one good thing about Overkill is you have more than just 3 health bars this time, so the game overall is more casual friendly. But then again, if you really need difficulty, there's challenges to play with as well as hardcore mode.
Exit.
I've got to get the fuck out of here!
For a PC port, it controls really well, using the mouse to aim and shoot, plus reload, switch guns, and fire off grenades you've collected. Everything just works. Given the game was originally a Nintendo Wii game, translated quite well over here. I have no complaints. It's basically a one-handed kind of game.
I'm the only one here who gets to shake their moneymaker on that fucking stage, bitches.
Shooting mutants is a ton of fun, since you can take off their heads or even make them explode at times, as if we're playing Fallout with the Bloody Mess perk enabled.
Oh my! What's that stench?
It smells like something crawled in here and died.
Would it be too much to ask for it to be Papa Caesar?
Using several different guns, just turning the mutants into chum for several hours on end. It never gets old, and those ragdoll deaths do add to the goofy charm, given this game has the whole grindhouse aesthetic going on.
Because your first visit will be your last. Papa's Palace of Pain. Rated X.
You got a variety of mutants to contend with through all 9 levels. You got normal mutants, weapon-wielding mutants, running mutants, exploding mutants, fire mutants, quick-time event mutants, bird mutants, rat mutants, and of course your standard affair of bosses, who are also mutants.
Move aside, diaper shit. Let a man handle this. Motherfucker!
You can rack up combos by hitting mutants, and every time you get a kill, it'll add up, slowly giving you bonus points and increasing your score. Oh, this is kind of hard because if you get hit or miss a single shot, or if you shoot the mutants just once more than needed to kill them, it'll cost your combo. Plus, the score doesn't really matter, it's just score. So building up a combo, there really isn't any point. It's not like you can enter inappropriate 3-letter names in a high score listing at your local arcade or bowling alley with Overkill. So why even bother with a combo?
Thank you. One thing I hate more than mutants, it's redneck mutants.
The grenades, however, suck in this game. I cannot comprehend why they even exist. Not only are they a pain to throw because you have to aim differently due to the trajectory of your throw, but they also have a small blast radius and do very little damage. I usually save them for bosses as a backup, but really, I should just never collect them in the first place.
Shoot its eyes out!
Nothing, you.
What?
I said nothing, you.
What the hell are you talking about now?
My mama always said, if you can't say anything nice, say nothing.
In between levels, you can go to the gun shop, where you got several guns to buy, with all the cash you've collected in levels and for completing them. With this cash, you can buy new guns and upgrade every gun too, except the minigun. You can buy upgrades for the recoil, magazine size, reload speed, damage, and fire rate. Starting out at bronze, they can be upgraded 2 times to silver and then gold. But even if you upgrade a gun, it won't mean they'll be actually useful.
So how are we gonna do this?
I figured we'd kill every motherfucker who stands in our way. For a change.
Worked so far, I guess. Ready?
Born ready.
Your default gun is a Magnum. Since House of the Dead 3, the handgun was replaced, but in reality, it plays just like the handgun, so why even bother? In House of the Dead 3, it was a shotgun was your default weapon, and people would think, oh cool, I get to use a shotgun, this would be much more effective. But in reality, it was a reskinned handgun, and the Magnum here, for Overkill, is a reskinned handgun, with less ammo capacity. So why even bother replacing the handgun in the first place? Thankfully, in Overkill you can upgrade your weapons, so if you upgrade the Magnum, it will become a bit more useful. But you're better off just using the SMGs instead, which are easily one of the best guns next to the minigun. The assault rifle is a burst fire gun with bad recoil, plus low damage, making it worthless. Do not bother with the assault rifle.
Get him!
Nothing, you.
The shotgun isn't anything special either, so I don't really bother using it, even though it's the automatic shotgun too. It's mostly because of its low capacity, slow reload time, making it not that ideal. Plus, just like the revolver, it has that same issue.
That's my stage, bitch!
Finally, the minigun was the last gun I could get, and it's easily the best. Of course, it comes with the drawback of needing to build up for a short second to begin firing, and it overheats fast, so remember,
short controlled burst.
I'm a boner.
Starting with level 4, you'll begin encountering fast-moving prisoner mutants that will put you into a quick time event. I hate these things, as it ruins the flow of the game.
Was that absolutely necessary?
Motherfucker didn't have no ticket.
Plus the audio glitches with these, so we miss out on those one-liner jokes like hammer time. Aw man, come on. Oh well, thankfully there's roughly only 10 of them or so. Still, one too many. I'd rather have them just be a stronger, faster moving mutants that take several bullets to down instead.
Good? There ain't nothing good about
The levels themselves are all different and fun to play in. Even the swamp level was fun. It's hard to decide which is my favorite one of all though. You got the strip club full of mutant strippers, then there's the carny full of carnival games and even rides where you go on the haunted ride. I like that too. There's even a train level, so you know G-Man Lives is happy. Oh, Corky, mate. Trains give me a throbber. So I guess my overall favorite level is the Carney, since Varla and Candy are not the characters. Instead, it's the best duo of all House of the Dead games, Agent G and Isaac motherfucking Washington.
Oh, you shitting me, man?
This place is pretty spooky.
What the? Are you holding my hand?
Yes?
I ain't your mama. Get the fuck off of me!
My least favorite level might be the Meat Factory, just because it's so short and forgettable. Plus, Candy is there. Though it's where she dies, so there's a plus going for it. But honestly, I feel like my least favorite has to be the hospital, given it's boring. Plus, the boss is a bitch. Literally. Unlike previous House of Dead games, Headstrong Games knew what they were doing when it comes to the bosses. You got 9 total to fight across each level. With their usual weak spots and patterns to learn from, I enjoyed fighting every single one. Well, except for maybe the hospital bitch, who's too fast and uses illusions to fool you so she can scream in your face. Like, fuck off at this point.
Where the fuck did they come from?
I got something that can shut her up. Honestly, the bosses will be a pain if you just started playing, but once you've upgraded your guns enough, they become a total cakewalk.
Shoot her udder!
Her other what?
Her tits!
Her tits what?
Just shoot!
My favorite boss fight might have to be the giant bug via the train level. Not sure why, I just enjoy the fight and then blasting its eyes out before it gets ran over by the train.
Shoot its eyes out!
That shit's icky! Are you kidding me?
Alright, Rambo, don't get all fucking macho. I hate bugs, and that was their fucking bug king. And speaking of bugs, Caesar, you fucking in there? You. Got to. Jump. Fire!
Unlike House of the Dead 2 and 3, which shared a lot of similarities between their bosses along with the first game, Overkill tries to keep each one different enough to keep things from getting boring and repetitive. It's funny to see Sega AM1 flounder due to the lack of creativity in its rail shooters, but a London-based studio had no problem making something good.
Do you know what you're doing?
Sadly, one thing I did kind of not like is there's no alternative paths in Overkill. You cannot take a different route, experience different enemies or bosses. You'll always go down the same path every single time you play the game. And yes, that also means there's only a single ending. But these don't really hold the game back. I would have liked to have seen replay value, especially if you played the first game and saw what kind of endings you can get. But you know what? Overall, it's just fine because Overkill is still a load of fun.
Washington, they had met as adversaries.
What the fuck is it?
They had fought as allies. I love you, man.
Oh, shut the fuck up.
But to their enemies.
And you? One-way ticket to motherfucking Vegas, baby.
They were righteous motherfuckers.
Outside of the story, what else is there to do? Well, you can play the director's cut of the story, which sadly just makes the game harder with nothing added. Why is it called director's cut then? That's stupid.
Say what, motherfucker?
Play multiplayer version of the game, or just play the minigames. Of course, there's also the Typing of the Dead portion, but I have no interest in it. Except I mistakenly chose the minigames, thinking I chose the normal version of the game, but I ended up playing with them via Typing of the Dead instead.
Don't fucking do this to me, man. Wrong fucking place, wrong...
Go on, say it.
Say the fuck what?
These minigames come in 3 options: save civilians and type to kill the mutants, which is pretty basic and kind of okay.
Violence.
You got a survival one, where you just keep going till you die, and it's pretty much meh. Then finally my favorite one, simply because I like carnival games. In this one you gotta hit the targets, avoiding bombs, getting the blue ones for bonus points, and trying to get a high score. And with that, we're down to the other section to cover the misc stuff, such as the PC port of Overkill. Overall, it's pretty good, though there's graphical glitches here and there with things popping in and out. Though I don't see that as a major issue, since it's just props within every level that does this here and there. Instead, my gripe is with the audio glitching out at times. It's very common during the Carney level, and during the Mutants QuickTime events.
I hate motherfucking mutants.
Other than that, the gameplay is perfectly fine on PC. It's not a great port, but it's not the worst port from Sega. I mean, they got a long track record of terrible PC ports to this very day. Akin to Square Enix, really.
Don't make me hit you again.
You can unlock comics, 3D models, concept art, and music by shooting them in every level. The comic is just one large, uncolored book of boring, so that sucks. The concept art is meh. Never saw the appeal of it. The music is just a soundtrack, and on PC, I can just get that outside of the game. As for the 3D models, they're fine, but you can't really rotate them, so no, you cannot look up Varla's skirt. I tried.
No fucking way.
But of course, you can't talk about the House of the Dead without mentioning each game's soundtrack. While the first game has some good stuff, 2 does it better. 3 was pretty meh, but Overkill nails it. It's quite groovy, to say the least. And with all that said, we're now down to 2 more House of the Dead games I can cover, since House of the Dead 4 wasn't ported to PC, and it requires a 6-axis controller to even play it, as it's full of shaking your controller gimmicks galore, even worse than Nintendo Wii Sports. So we'll be covering all the PC ports of House of the Dead instead. The last 2 are the House of the Dead 1 Remake and House of the Dead 2 Remake. I'll get to them when I can. I'm trying my best to make sure they don't take several more months this time.
Oh, quit whining, you pussy!
At the end of the day, the House of Dead Overkill for PC is easily a great game, well worth playing, and easily the best game of all in this series to this very day.
You just made my fucking day.
Sure, there's a few issues, but it doesn't hold Overkill back from being enjoyable in the slightest. You're missing out if you haven't played Overkill yet. It's on Wii, PS3, and PC. Whichever version you play, it's worth it. Though PS3 and PC are the same thing with additional content, so it's best to play Overkill via Steam, as it's Typing of the Dead version that comes with the original game that can be played with a mouse and keyboard.
Happy now? Fuckwit.
I'm looking forward to the remakes of House of the Dead 1 and 2 next. Hopefully they'll fix the core issues with the original games I had, especially since they were not originally arcade games akin to the original games. So, House of the Dead 2, for example, was the worst offender with so many bullshit arcade mechanics. Anyways, that's it for this video. See you all later.
I'll get you, Kyrian!
After the greatness that was House of the Dead Overkill, I finally got hold of House of the Dead 1's remake to see if it was as bad as G-Man Lives made it out to be. Well, turns out the hot-headed Australian man was right. This remake is easily a prime example of what's wrong with remakes today. From the lack of innovation and improvements to the terrible controls and graphics, Megapixel Studio should be shut down and its employees blacklisted from the industry altogether for butchering an arcade classic. Let's get into it.
We won't let you have it your way, Kyrian.
House of the Dead Remake is a remake of the original arcade classic. It's a rail shooter developed by Megapixel Studio.
Ha! What a dumbass!
It's a rail shooter developed by Megapixel Studio and published by Forever Entertainment in the year 2022 for Nintendo Switch before finally getting ported to PC and other platforms later on. Sega had no involvement in this remake, and it truly shows. But we'll get to that in time.
I must admit,
I really respect your consistency.
The plot is the same as the original game, with no additional content. So unlike, say, Resident Evil 1 Remake, it's just a blatant lazy cash grab with no improvements whatsoever to its plot and more.
How? How is such a thing possible?
But for those who don't know of the original game's plot, in December 1998, Kyrion's mansion is full of zombies and killing everyone. Rogan and G, but only if you're playing multiplayer since you can't choose your character unlike in the original game's PC port, must investigate and stop Kyrion. That's it plot-wise. Yep, it's just the same thing. No intrigue, no lore, just generic bad guy must be stopped and kill all the zombies along the way. And of course, try to save the scientists if you actually give a flying fuck.
Others are still inside. Save them.
Right away, upon booting up the game, I'm forced to watch unskippable splash screens of everyone's logos. Every single one time you play. Then I noticed how terrible the UI is as well. Like seriously, you could tell this was a Nintendo game first and foremost. I can't easily navigate the UI with my mouse and have to rely on keyboard and mouse combination. Then there's the terrible font I can't read half of the time in the settings.
My eyes!
Just terrible all around. Oh, and yes, the PC port sucks as there's no real options outside of disabling motion blur or making the gameplay in window mode. Why am I not surprised? As you play, you'll notice how fugly the game looks, how everything blends together. You can't tell who's the scientist or zombies anymore. You can't see the collectibles either, though you won't be able to shoot the collectibles anymore, as the ragdolls will block you from shooting them in time before the camera looks away. Oh, I fucking love that. I can't even see the projectiles enemies throw at me half of the time either. These graphics are just god-awful all around. Plus the PC port doesn't even enhance them. It's the same exact fugly Switch game with no improvements to textures, load times, performance, controls, content, or rendering. Yeah, I noticed the pop-in quite easily. It's not hard to miss when you're playing on something that isn't the size of a Nintendo Switch screen. This port is lazy, with no additional features or content nor improvements to the technical side of things. Plus, the remake in general lacks anything new as well. Yep, it's just a lazy cash grab remake of the original game, but worse in every way imaginable. But hey, what else can we expect from this industry today other than lazy cash grabs galore? Like any rail shooter on PC, you just use the mouse for everything, as in left click shoot, right click reload, and moving your mouse to aim, except that there's where things begin to falter. You see, the sensitivity is so bad that there's no real sweet spot, and you'll be fiddling around with the setting as you keep playing. It just feels so off, and G-Man Lives even said the Joy-Con accuracy was terrible. Well, they kept that terrible accuracy and translated that into your computer mouse or game controller equivalent.
Reload! This is gonna be a good game.
Honestly, so far, it's just a bad game. and it's only going to get worse as I dive deeper into this pile of shit straight out of an elephant.
Elephant, honey. It's an elephant.
After all, if the game looks horrible, has console-oriented UI with unreadable font at all times, doesn't even attempt to fix or add stuff given it's a remake, and it controls kind of poorly too until you find that sweet spot with the sensitivity for your mouse, then what kind of game could this end up being other than garbage?
True. Yep. Yeah, that's true.
You still have all 4 bosses here, with no change up whatsoever. So if you played the original game, you know exactly what to expect. The same weak points, the same attack patterns, the same cheap shots, the same outcomes. Like seriously, you could have added twists to these encounters so veterans would be challenged alongside the newcomers. But nope.
Holy shit! Can you imagine having to deal with this shit?
Does suck. The new voice acting is dog shit. The armored guy doesn't even sound like a monkey man anymore, despite him acting like one. The gargoyle's voice is so quiet that I can't even hear him. Thank God for subtitles.
This is as far as you go.
Turn it up! Turn it up!
The spider is even easier than the original for some reason. Like seriously, why not have baby spiders swarm the player as the large one attempts to heal itself, so you got something new to deal with? That would add to the challenge. But the only challenge I encountered during my playthrough on normal was the bullshit arcade mechanics of old. Just like the original game, they made sure to remake the bullshit arcade mechanics of old. Yep, so even if you shoot a zombie, it can still attack you. Even if you make them flinch, they can still attack you. Even if you shoot a projectile, it'll still hit you. Oh, for fuck's sake, thankfully Overkill didn't really have anything like this. Rarely was there a moment that required inhumane reflexes to prevent death. But this shit make? Oh, get used to wasting all of your continues. Especially with the final boss.
Fuck it!
Just like the original game, saving scientists still sucks, and even if you do things right, the game will pull a BS arcade mechanic to ensure you miss out on several of them, which is needed for the best score possible and best ending.
No! Reload! 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 This is terrible.
Seriously, I tried to save everyone possible, but your crosshairs blend in with the crappy graphics and color palette. A major problem with modern gaming in general is everything is bland and blends together, especially if they use Unity or Unreal Engine for their games. But yeah, fuck the scientists. Hell, most won't even give you anything for saving them. So why even bother? Honestly, fuck this concept. Wish it was never added in the first place.
Reload!
You greedy bitch, good guy. Are you fucking kidding me?
Given there's no auto reload option, which makes no sense, you'll be forced to hear reload non-stop as you play for roughly 30 minutes of your life. Yep, this game is short. Also, it costs over $20 too. Let that sink in. Just non-stop reload, 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 reload. Shut the fuck up!
Reload! 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 Reload!
Shut up! Shut up!
Just like the original game, the magician is a bitch to deal with. My hand is still cramping from fighting him as I typed up this review. Seriously, they never balanced him out. You'll still be using up all your continues and ointment.
Carpal tunnel! Carpal tunnel! It's oh Jesus, he's got it bad! Quick, we need men gang!
It's just non-stop clicking the left mouse button to shoot and do no damage, or so little you might as well not be doing any damage whatsoever, and right-clicking to reload, 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 reload. Oh god, why isn't there an auto-reload option?
Reload!
Blasting you with those fireballs. Even if you shoot them, they can spawn more to hit you as your screen becomes a clusterfuck akin to a Zerg rush in StarCraft. It's just the worst. But whatever, I still completed the game after almost breaking my brand new mouse. Yeah, thanks for that, Megapixel.
Fuck yeah!
You haven't seen anything yet.
Also, I've got some bikinis to try on after I finish the shower, so I hope you guys are excited for that.
So, after you beat the game, what else is there to do? Well, you got the option to close the game, replay the game, or select Horde mode. So I figured why not check that out. I'm guessing by the name, it's a survival mode, right? Right?
Reload!
Oh, so it's just a normal game, but with more zombies on screen for challenge. Well... The music sucks as well. Like, what the fucking hell were they thinking? It's Resident Evil 2 shitmake all over again. Whoever composed this trash should be blacklisted from the entertainment industry altogether. It's disgustingly bad. My ears haven't been this violated since I was forced to listen to K-pop while grocery shopping at Walmart one day. Fucking hell.
Oh, my freaking ears!
Seriously, when you compare the original alongside the remake, it's a night and day difference, and not in a good way either. Here's a lengthy comparison with a few songs from both games. I'm using footage from my review of the original game here, just to save on time. There's good voice acting, cheesy voice acting, and just dog shit voice acting. Good voice acting is the original Resident Evil 2. Cheesy voice acting is the original Resident Evil 1. Dog shit voice acting is Dynasty Warriors Origins, Dynasty Warriors 9, and the House of the Dead remake. That's the difference between those three kinds of voice acting. If you're going to emulate the cheesy English dub of the original House of the Dead, then do it properly, or not, and not horribly, or if you can't do it at all, don't do it at all, because honestly, you should have just attempted to hire talent to voice everything with better dialogue to boot at this rate.
This is as far as you go. I'll finish you there.
Sophie!
Sophie! You must stop cheering, or else something terrible will happen.
Sophie! Sophie!
You must stop curing, or else something terrible will happen.
Sophie!
Curian! I must compliment you. I didn't think you could make it this far. However, this is it. Let's see how good you really are.
What do you think of my new look?
Curian!
I must compliment you. I didn't think you could make it this far. However, this is it. Let's see how good you really are.
You can't catch lightning in a bottle twice, I guess, with this one.
Nothing, you.
What?
I said nothing, you.
What the hell are you talking about now?
My mama always said, if you can't say anything nice, say nothing.
The PC port suckin' fucks. The UI is atrociously designed for Nintendo Switch Joy-Cons. There's no way to make the game look nor play better. There's nothing added or improved over the Switch version. It's just a direct, lazy port that will leave you wondering why even port it in the first place. There's no real graphical options, just enabling or disabling things like motion blur. Oh yes, let me remove the blur. Yep, that justifies this shit port right there.
What happened?
There's just no content for such a highly priced game. If you're going to remake a classic, 1, do it right, 2, add onto it, and 3, make sure you're respecting the source material, like with Resident Evil 1 Remake, or Night and the Living Dead Remake. Sadly, House of the Dead Shipmake does none of those things. Once you've completed the game that takes less than 30 minutes to complete, you'll have no reason to keep playing.
Fuck it!
So why the hell is this game over $20? There's zero excuse to be selling a game that's this shitty looking and plays like ass. That will last you about only 30 minutes tops. That's like buying a $20 hooker with a yeast infection and expecting a good time in turn. With nothing else to do besides replay the game again with zero differences, it's just a terrible lackluster shitmake and a prime example of everything wrong with modern gaming.
I haven't seen anything yet.
Just like Resident Evil 2 shitmake, it takes the original, butchers it, doesn't really do anything to improve upon the original, it just makes everything worse in every way possible. It looks worse, it plays worse, the music is worse, the characters and the voice acting are worse. There's just no reason to play this piece of fucking overpriced shit.
Indeed so.
Well, now we're down to the very last House of the Dead game on PC, which hasn't come out yet while preparing this review. So I'll get to the House of the Dead 2 remake whenever I can. Hopefully not too long after this premieres, as I want to get this over with and move on to Resident Evil Survivor 1 and 2. plus the Chronicles duology.
Looks like my brother was never even here. Umbrella probably doesn't know where he is either.
What did he do? Why are they after him?
I don't know. But he's been missing for 3 months.
I have no hope for 2's remake, given this developer has proven they can't make jack fucking shit right. Just look at that Panzer Dragoon shit make. But hey, who knows? Maybe they'll pull a Rambo the video game to Terminator Resistance, right? Right?
What the fuck?
Fuck!
At the end of the day, the House of the Dead remake is a garbage game not worth playing. It's terrible to look at, it plays poorly, the UI is disgusting, the new dub is atrocious, there's no new content or improvements whatsoever, there's no infinite continues, the soundtrack is ass, the game has no content and is highly overpriced, and so much more are all to blame.
This is terrible.
I have no hopes for the second remake. After playing Overkill, going back to something so primitive and lackluster, plus god-awful, just made things worse. Overkill had set a standard that none of the modern House of Dead games has yet to live up to.
Washington is washing off on you.
Honestly, Sega should just end the series altogether at this point. It's run its course and has nothing left to offer. End it before things become worse. You don't want to end up like modern Resident Evil or Dynasty Warriors. Let this series be remembered for being good and not for being once good. End it like you ended Virtua Cop.
No shit, Sherlock.
G-Man Lives was right about this one. I pray he'll survive the second game's remake if it's just as bad if not worse than this one was. Let's hope our favorite Australian video game reviewer will make it, cause man, this was rough to get through for myself. Anyways, that's it for this video. See you all later.
At last you've come, friends. The door of fate shall open.
Fucking roll!
We're finally at the final House of the Dead game for PC, folks. After a few months of waiting since they delayed this game into the autumn months, after all the backlash from the garbage demo they released earlier in the year, we finally have the House of the Dead 2 remake. Is it good? No. Is it a shitmake akin to Resident Evil 2 and Resident Evil 3 shitmake? Yes.
What?
Is it worse than the House of the Dead 1 shitmake? Surprisingly, yes. So let's just get this over with. I'm not surprised G-Man Lives didn't upload his review the same day it came out. I wouldn't be surprised if he didn't just say fuck it and walked away. I was about to myself, but I needed to make this review so I could say I reviewed every House of the Dead game for PC. So let's get this turd over with.
Goldman, I'm not gonna let you get away with this.
The House of the Dead 2 remake is developed by Megapixel Studio and published by Forever Entertainment in the year 2025 for PC, Switch, all different Xboxes and PlayStations. It's a remake of the original House of the Dead 2 game, attempting to emulate everything right and wrong with that original arcade classic from the year 1998. And yes, they made a giant pile of shit.
Don't care who it is. No one's gonna get away with this.
After the Curian Mansion incident, Agent G went to Venice, Italy, where he went missing after investigating Curian's operations there. So Agent James and Gray must go and find him. But when they arrive, Venice has been hit by a zombie outbreak. Now, they must fight their way to Goldman's Tower, the source of everything, facing several types of monsters and bosses in their journey for the answer and the will to live.
Boring.
Control-wise, it's simple. You move the mouse and left-click to shoot, right-click to reload. That's it. You can press escape to pause or enter to use a continue when you lose all your lives. But that's about it. There's literally nothing else to this game. You don't get any new weapons or the ability to move the camera. After all, this isn't the Resident Evil Chronicles duology.
Looks like my brother was never even here. Umbrella probably doesn't know where he is either.
What did he do? Why are they after him?
I don't know. But he's been missing for 3 months.
Just like every other House of the Dead game, it's just your standard rail shooter. Point, click, shoot, move forward, rinse and repeat. They nailed that down, and more for sure. So if you wanted a standard old school rail shooter including the flaws that come with them, then this is for you. But if not, well, stick to other modern stylized rail shooters.
Help me! Help me!
Thank you. Go straight ahead and you'll get to the warp.
If you went in expecting any quality of life improvements, especially compared to the original, well, you don't get that at all. All you get is a 1-to-1 remake. Every enemy placement, collectible placement, bosses and their attack patterns and weak points, everything is here. Nothing new has been added. There are no twists. This isn't a Resident Evil 1 remake. Of course, there's tons of BS arcade mechanics. Gotta keep it real for an old school rail shooter after all. They replicated everything 1-to-1. What is this? The How to Train Your Dragon live action remake of video game remakes?
Oh my god, no!
Seriously though? Enjoy those cheap shots you can barely react to in time, whether it's because the enemy is faster, placed away from where you're aiming when you get into that area, let alone you can't see them because of the dark lighting this game has going on. But more on that part later.
Go fuck yourself.
Why, you son of a bitch.
You might as well bend over like this, okay? Just spread your ass and prepare to get in every conceivable way, okay?
You still have all those civilians you gotta save. Not only do they rarely give you any health, so saving them is stupid and pointless.
Help me! Help me!
Hurry and run to somewhere safe.
Thank you!
They also are a pain to try to save at times because of the placement and lighting. Seriously, what is with these graphics? Oh well, I let a lot of them die cause I just don't care.
Sweet music to my ears.
It wouldn't be House of the Dead 2 without its many bosses. More than what we got in the first game, with a whopping total of 6 over the first game's 4. Yes, I know, it's a whole lot, huh? All bosses have the same weak points and patterns from the original game. They are not fleshed out more. They do not have any new tricks. So if you've played the original House of Dead 2, well, you'll easily defeat each one of them. Except for the Magician and the Emperor, who are still a pain in the ass. They ate up a lot of my continues. You got Asmongold and Carl, the stupid fish guy, the worm thing, the chainsaw guy, magician, and emperor. In comparison to the original games, I had no issues dealing with the first 4 bosses. They were just a total breeze. Come on, Megapixel, at least attempt to add new attack patterns to trip veterans and newcomers alike. Why are they just 1-to-1?
Hard to argue with that.
The worm could have had one head try to swipe at you as another one faked attacking you to distract you as the other one ambushed you. The chainsaw guy could have had a helmet on that you needed to break off to dole more damage to him in order to actually make him flinch. The fish guy could have dragged the player into the water and serpentined around the water to strike at you fast till you damage him enough to climb back out. Why is it that I'm better at coming up with ideas here? I'm supposed to be the player, not the developer. Why am I doing your jobs?
Indeed so.
My hand hurts so bad that I couldn't even type up the full review after completing this game. Seriously, if you're prone to wrist pain or hand cramps, stay away. For bosses in this shitmake, really love to give you that 128-year-old with arthritis experience. But yeah, after a 15-minute break, I was back to typing things.
Thank God you're alright.
Oh man, just like with the House of Dead 1 shitmake, they wanted to imitate the bad voice acting, but here's the thing. They just did their best back then, and it came out bad and cheesy. You can't force bad voice acting, it has to come naturally. Like Yonya voicing Kiryu Kazuma in Like a Dragon. A complete and total miscast.
I hear that.
So, if you try to force bad voice acting, trying to capture that cheesy 90s tone, it just won't work. It didn't work in the first remake, and it doesn't work here either.
My God. My God. Remake G over there. What?
I'm already taking care of you. This is only the beginning. You're next. Get them!
G! James, I tried. Don't underestimate the enemy. James, take this. James, I tried. Don't underestimate the enemy. James, take this.
Looks like G's infiltration notes.
Don't come! Don't come! Go away!
Don't come. Don't come.
What the hell was that?
Also, speaking of bad voice acting, you may be wondering, why didn't I mention Goldman back there? Well, it's because they gave him the worst voice actor of all. This is not my Goldman. This is an imposter.
My God.
Seriously, what were they thinking?
What were they thinking?
A southern drawl or whatever for Goldman? What the fuck is this? This ain't Goldman. Hashtag bring back Goldman has failed. G-Man lives. We failed, man. Hashtag not my Goldman.
People of the AMS.
People of the AMS.
I am Goldman. I don't care if you people try to get in my way or not.
I am Goldman. I don't care if you people try to get in my way or not.
In time, you'll find out who's right.
In time, you'll find out who's right.
I've been waiting for you, friends.
Goldman!
Goldman!
Do you know what you're doing?
Do you know what you're doing?
I'm fully aware of what I'm doing. Can't you see?
I'm fully aware of what I'm doing. Can't you see?
Man committed a sin, disturbing the life cycle of nature. The original sin that man is responsible to.
Man committed a sin, disturbing the life cycle of nature. The original sin that man is responsible to.
To protect the life cycle.
To protect the life cycle.
I have made a creature to rule over mankind.
I have made a creature to rule over mankind.
This is the final battle. Show yourself, our new ruler, the Emperor.
This is the final battle. Show yourself, our new ruler, the Emperor.
You see that? It's nothing.
To protect the life cycle.
If you suck at the game, well, there's no infinite continues. You'll eventually get a game over. Yep, just like with every home port of an arcade game. They can't be bothered to make it more casual friendly. For fuck's sake, this is a console game first and foremost, but they had to replicate that bad arcade home port cliche. They really wanted to nail the old days.
Absolutely. Yep.
Thankfully, however, there are several difficulty options, and while I completed the game on normal, it was still too easy. So if you find it too easy, just play it on a harder difficulty. Seriously, compared to the original game, this is a mobile casual game for boomers who use Facebook. And the original game is a hardcore Dark Souls experience in comparison. Just a total night and day difference. Kind of hate that. I mean, I wanted to bitch about the difficulty.
You're such a nag!
Yes, the graphics are maxed out.
No, I don't believe that. That's bullshit. There's no way.
I even have it at 1080p.
He's lying!
You can see in the graphics settings within the options menu, the only thing I toggled was motion blur because it's one of the most stupidest things to ever include in a video game alongside film grain.
You're goddamn right.
But yes, the game is this fugly. It's that hard to see. This game is a mess. So much so, I couldn't see enemy projectiles half of the time. It gets so bad. I usually don't even see the zombies either. Seriously, what is with this game's graphics? Again, they opted for ragdoll physics when you kill a zombie or civilian dies. Why? Why not use canned animations? At least the bosses have them, but why not normal enemies too, like in the original game? Not only because it looks better, but it registers to the player that the enemy is dead. It also makes it so you can shoot through their corpses to get to the other enemies behind them, or to shoot collectibles. Missed out though on those extra continues because of a ragdoll physics-based corpse got in the way? Well, you're screwed.
It sucking fucks, it fucking sucks, it fucking blows, it's a piece of shit, and I don't like it.
Clearly, this game was rushed out the door and is unfinished. At least that's what I'm hoping for that is. Otherwise, holy fucking shit, how could you release this turd with tons of graphical issues and bad lighting? It's a rail shooter. You kind of need to be able to see things to shoot at them. Art direction goes a long way too, devs. Try using it sometime. I mean, just look at this. I'm seeing through the fucking level design.
At last you've come, friends. The door of fate shall open.
And after you've spent around 40 minutes in the main game, what else is there to do? You can play it again via the arcade version, which is just the same thing as the standard for.
Hold on.
Oh, fuck. Ooh.
Don't touch me, I'm sterile.
Oh. Anyways, you could play the arcade version, which is the same as the standard version. Play boss mode, where you just fight whatever boss you want to fight that you've already beaten. Then you can play the training mode, or check out the secret lab. In the secret lab, you can view every enemy type that you've killed. It's just a gallery for the zombie models, the collectibles, and achievements. Yay?
Yay!
Oh god, here we go. Time for the music. I don't want to talk about the music. Just like with the House of the Dead 1 shitmake, it's awful and inferior to the original House of the Dead 2 by a country mile. But I guess we might as well keep this tradition going, huh? As per usual, I'll be using my review footage for convenience for the House of the Dead 2. So here you go, here's the comparison.
Change the channel, hurry! Where's the remote?
That sucks!
Alright, I gotta leave, okay?
No, we just started. Come on, man.
Listen, there's a lot to see in this life. Not wasting it here.
And just like that, we are done. No more House of the Dead games for PC. I've officially reviewed all of them. And I am so glad to be done with it all. Dear fucking Lord, what a journey this has been. 6 games over the course of a year now. And it truly taught me quite a bit.
Oh, really?
1. We need more rail shooters in today's day and age. 2. We don't need any more games by Megapixel. 3. We need a proper PC port of the House of Dead 4 and the Resident Evil Chronicles duology already, goddammit.
He ain't lying.
Anyway, let's wrap this turd up and put it in the garbage can where it belongs, folks. No one deserves to step in a pile of shit while they're out walking about.
It's finally over.
At the end of the day, the House of the Dead 2 shitmake is a garbage game not worth playing. It's broken, fugly, boring, lackluster, overpriced, and just an absolutely dreadful experience.
Is that all?
I can't believe Sega would just pawn off their IPs to a developer that has no talent like this. What's next? They'll give former Concord developers the rights to make Persona 6?
Good God.
Megapixel Studio needs to be shut down. Sega needs to take their games back and keep them in Japan. Then, they need to reboot the series with their own developers to ensure it's done right. The House of the Dead was a phenomenon back in the 1990s alongside Resident Evil.
Damn straight.
They helped make zombies popular again. House of the Dead made arcades fun. Sure, it had a series of bad PC ports over the years, but it deserves better than to be in the hands of these clowns, let alone for this to be the last of the series for the foreseeable future.
Goldman, I don't care if a successor comes or not. I'll go on fighting. As long as we have the will to live.
Well, we're done with all the House of the Dead games on PC. Go see the rest of my reviews on this series, let alone all the other rail shooters I've covered. I've got to go get the Halloween special ready. Hope to see you all there. Till then, however. Anyways, that's it for this video. See you all later.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for saving my life.